Lord. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and start on your back. George, underneath your feet. Oh. Arms down by your sides. Ponytail in the right spot. Again, things you get out of habit of doing. All right, just take a few breaths. Feel the inhale, get the rib cage to expand. Get the back bottom ribs to open up to the ground. Relax and open across the collarbone. And as you exhale, allow yourself to just sink down. Again, inhale, rib cage expands and opens. And exhale, slowly sink yourself. And then with the next inhale, feel the rib cage expand. Exhale, squeeze the knees together a little bit. Think about drawing up and in. At the very end, you're dropping those ribs down. You're starting to engage through the core, and everything's nice and stable. Inhale, let it go. Exhale, drop or engage, and then drop those ribs. One more. All right, now keep that engagement on the next inhale. I want you to slowly slide the legs out straight as you can go. Keep those legs pressed together, and then exhale and slowly pull back in. Spine stays neutral. Inhale, those knees gently press away, legs press away. Exhale and pull back in. We got one more like this. And then this time, as you go out, I want you to imprint and then lift to neutral on the way back in. So inhale, we're going into imprint. I know it's a little different, but you know what? We can work with it. One more time. Imprint as you go out. Exhale, come back in. And then feet can go on the ground. Woo, George, go between the knees. All these skills you unlearn in 10 days. And then arms to the ceiling. If you have toning balls, you're welcome to grab the toning balls. Excuse me. Inhale, feel the rib cage expand. Feel the shoulder blades pulled apart just because of the breath. And as you exhale, allow the rib cage to drop down. And again, noticing how the shoulder blades automatically respond. So just let the breath do the work here for the first few. You don't have to add anything yet. But feel the natural pattern here. And now you're adding on just that little bit. So inhale, feel the protraction, the ribs go apart. At the very end, you add just a 1/4 inch, and then exhale, sink back down to where you started. Two more. And then arms come down by your side. Elbows are going to stay off the mat. Palms are flat. Fingertips are reaching toward your toes. Shoulder blades are back. Collarbones open. Inhale, give me a little head nod. As you exhale, engage through the abdominals. And then slowly ab prep. Curl, rolling the balls. So ribs go to the hips. Inhale, stay. Exhale, slowly release back to neutral. Head nod, engage. And then curl. Inhale and release. And again, using the abdominals to pull that head up. So get everything set before you lift up. So the neck stays relaxed. We just have one more of these. So no tension in your neck, just noticing what you feel. And then release. Arms go down to the mat again. Coming into hip rolls. So as you exhale, go through imprint, get that connection first, and then you're slowly articulating your hips off the mat. Inhale, and then exhale, and slowly release yourself back down. Take an inhale, exhale, slowly roll up. And exhale, slowly roll down. One more. All right, drop the ball, feet go back onto George. If you have a toning ball, you can choose to put a toning ball between the knees. Again, just give you that little bit more biofeedback. So heels are in close. Keep the feet still, George still. Slowly roll yourself up on exhale and then stay here. So think about squeezing in on those knees into the Tony ball if you're using that, and really think about length through the low back. So your glutes are engaged, you're pushing the hips up, but you're keeping this abdominal connection. Now take arms to the ceiling. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, slowly open the arms out to the side. Inhale, bring them back up. 2 more like this. Should be nice and easy, but I want you to feel like you're really getting the glutes to engage here. The hamstrings are going to do some work as well. All right, then 1 arm only at a time. So exhale out, inhale in, exhale out, inhale in. If you have a Tony ball handy, you're welcome to put that, alternate it between your hands. Got 1 more, and now 1 more set. We started with the right, finish with the left. That lower body should be nice and solid, and then slowly articulate your spine down. Release the knees into the chest, heels toward the ceiling a little bit. Oh, you can walk those hamstrings some. Then a little stretched out, and then let's roll over onto your side. Everybody's favorite spine twist. Again, Tony ball if you choose. So knees and hips both at 90 degrees. George, if you have George. All right, so starting with just the upper body, so the spine only. So pelvis stays still, knees are going to stay still. Keep both knees pressing into the mat. Inhale, arm to the ceiling. Exhale, shoulders roll back. Head goes wherever's most comfortable for your neck. Keep the pelvis stacked. Inhale at the back, and then exhale, pull around. 2 more. Now we're adding that hip shift, the rounding of the low back, and the whole body gets involved. So roll, shift the hip back, round your low back, turn. You should get a lot farther on that range of motion. Inhale, stay, exhale. The obliques pull everything back around. Inhale, up, shift, round, twist. And then back around. 1 more time. Inhale, up, exhale, shift, round, twist. And then back. Other side. Okay. Just the rib cage first. So inhale that top arm up, keep the knees pressing down. Exhale, just rotate the rib cage. Again, where does your neck feel like it needs to go? Inhale, exhale, pull back around. 2 more just like this. Inhale up, exhale, turn the shoulders. A rib cage only turns. 1 more time. All right, adding the fun stuff. So inhale up, exhale, shift the hips around your low back, turn the rib cage. Keep those knees pressing downward, and then exhale back to the start. Inhale up, exhale, shift, round, twist. And then back around. 1 more. All right, flipping over onto your abs. George, underneath the breastbone. There we go. All right. We're going to do our breaststroke preps. We're going to do some letters. We're going to do some glute work here. So anytime you need to, feel free to sit back in the shell, release your low back. But starting off with George under the breastbone, just taking those few breaths so you can really feel, inhale, get the back half of your rib cage to really open up and the spine to lift toward the ceiling. As you exhale, allow yourself to relax over George. And then when you're ready on the next inhale, begin to push George forward, long through the low back, back of the neck stays relaxed. And then exhale, slowly lengthen it out as you release yourself back Again, inhale, slowly push forward. And then exhale, slowly bring yourself back. One more time. Inhale, push the breath forward. Exhale and release down. Arms down by your side. Breaststroke rep 2. Shoulder blades are rounded. As you inhale, pull the shoulder blades back and in, reach the arms. Lift just to hover. Back of the neck stays long. Exhale and release down. So inhale, you're thinking about lengthening the spine and opening up across the collarbones. Going for breadth across the collarbones and across the shoulder blades, actually. All right, one more. And then hands under the forehead. So now we're going to exhale and lift. So when you're ready, on exhale, lift to that hover position. Push towards forward. Low back stays long. Inhale and release. Exhale, lift just to that hover. Inhale and release. Last one. Exhale, lift and release. Arms back out to the side. Do that T position. Shoulder blades back and in. Lift the torso to hover. Again, if you need to at any time, you're welcome to put something under the head. You can drop it all the way down. Keep that neck relaxed. All right, so we have 7 of the T's. So as you exhale, shoulder blades draw together, lift the arms, neck stays relaxed. Inhale, pinky tap down. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. Again, notice what you feel. Notice the work between the shoulder blades. I believe this is 7. And then you're going to bring those arms forward, thumbs still toward the ceiling, wide. So you're slowly going to slide the shoulder blades down in. That lifts the arms. So you're originating from the shoulder blade. And again, the neck stays relaxed. Drop the head if you need to. All right, then into W's. So bending the elbows, trying to keep those forearms parallel to the ground. Again, the neck stays out of it. Relax through the neck. Need more of a challenge, then you're picking those forearms up, away from the ground more, and making sure in the peripheral vision that they stay parallel to the ground. One more. All right, then we're going to hold that L position here. So if it's a small rotation, you're going to pinky tap down, and then you're going to rotate back up. So the upper arm is staying in place. You're just getting a small rotation. So you really have to focus on stabilization across the shoulder blades, keeping that neck relaxed. And then when you're done, go ahead and release down, shake it out. George can come out. And we're going to come into heel squeeze prone. So you can take your feet mat width apart. I got a cat helping me out. And then you're going to bend your knees, heels come together. All right, core engaged, belly buttons up, pubic bones down, upper body gets to stay relaxed. As you exhale, slowly pressing your heels together, fire the glutes, lift the knees, stay for inhale, and then exhale, release back down. Inhale, exhale, slowly lift, and then slowly release. Exhale, slowly lift, slowly release. So take your time here. Again, notice the glutes doing the work. Make sure your low back's okay and it's stable. You're really feeling that connection with the core, the belly button drawing up. And this time you're going to go up and you're going to hold. All right, so from here, I want you to take your knees and like a clamshell, push them out a little bit farther, back to where they started. So they're staying lifted. You're just taking the knees apart a little bit and then release. Apart and release. Watch your low back. Really check in with the core. You got 2 more. And then release. Go ahead and shell. And again, whatever's appropriate for you in that. Oh, I got someone on the waiting room. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. So actively engage the abdominals to round your low back. Thank you, Gypsy. Feel free to rock your hips side to side if you'd like. And then come around, onto your back again. Grab your George. And all the way down. See if you can get your cat to sit on you while you're doing this stuff. All right. The left foot is on George, right leg to tabletop. So I want you to lift that low back into neutral. So the weight's right above that gluteal cleavage, and then connect the core. All right, so you're pushing down just a little bit on George. And you're gonna keep this left leg pointing toward the ceiling. So we're doing our drop out to the right. So the left obliques are where you're really focusing, and that left hip staying down. So as you exhale, that right leg drops out to the side, straight out. Inhale, pull back in. So think about you're pulling from the side of the leg to get it to go. Try to minimize rotation so the quad stays pointing the same direction the whole time. Again, notice the left leg, the foot's on the ball to give you more feedback. What's going on? You might be able to see it in your periphery as well. And notice if it's laying out to the side. We got one more here. And then coming into small circles. We got 5 each way. So inhale for half, exhale for half, and pause. Inhale, exhale, and pause. Again, what range of motion can you control with that left side? So the pelvis stays still, the low back stays in neutral, and that left knee toward the ceiling. I think that's 5, and then we're going the other direction. We got one more, and then release, other side. Hi, Gypsy. Oh my goodness. All right. So right foot down, make sure that right knee is pointing toward the ceiling, left leg to tabletop. So engage through the core. You're on the right side. All right, the leg again drops out to the left now, and then pull back in. So noticing as you're going, what do you feel? Do you feel your weight shift on your sacrum, or is it staying in the center? What's going on with this right knee? Again, this right hip staying anchored down, and try to keep your cat purring. Do 2 more. And then we got those 5 circles each direction. So small circles, again, neutral pelvis. So you're nice and stable here. That thigh can kind of rotate a little bit in the socket as well as doing the circumduction. Doesn't have to stay pointing directions. I think that was 5. The same way the whole time. It's a good thing to know some things are consistent in my counting. Still variable. Last one. And then knees into chest. Rock around that low back, release out. All right, grab your toning balls. These 2 of you have been having back issues. Where'd my other toning ball go? There it is. I'm gonna try to keep the legs down, stay out of the low back some, but we're gonna get some work in. All right. So we're gonna work from the upper body. All right, so feet are down. If you prefer George between the knees, you're welcome to. Shoulder blades are relaxed. So start off with arm circles. So inhale, the arms go overhead. Exhale, slowly circle them back around to your hips. Inhale, up and overhead. Exhale, back around to your hips. One more. All right, keep your hands to your hips. Inhale, give me a head nod. Exhale, check in, curl yourself up. Inhale, stay lifted, arms overhead. Exhale, around to your hips. Inhale. So notice as you're lifted, is it the same range of motion? Is it a little bit smaller? What's going on? Again, adjust your position, the neck in particular, so that you stay tension free. Last one here. And then slowly release yourself down. Don't worry, we're not done. All right, so pick the toning balls up. So this time you're going to inhale, the arms swoop up the sides. Exhale, they go from head toward the ceiling, toward the hips. So we reverse that circle. Again, warming up shoulders still. Reverse. All right, hold the hands at your hips. Inhale, head nod. Exhale, core engages. Same arm movement. So inhale up, exhale over. So check in with the core, adjust your head position. Let's do 2 more here. 1, 2, and then release yourself down. And now fingertips go behind your head, coming into obliques. Let's go ahead and put feet on George for this one. Hopefully George is handy. All right, so connect the core, head nod, and then curl yourself up. So again, think about a small range of motion here. So as you exhale, slowly lift that right shoulder just a little bit. Inhale back down, exhale left. So notice the lower body. I want you to keep the weight still. So you're anchored on that sacrum. You're still in neutral because both feet are on the ground. And again, it's more challenging to maintain that. So if you need to go to imprint and stay there, you're welcome to. So small lifts and release. Small lift and release. Two more sets. We started lifting that right shoulder. And finish with the left. I got one more full set. And then slowly release down. Go ahead and stretch it out long. And then arms to your side. Keep those legs out. All right, so focusing on legs. So I want you to slowly press your feet, your legs into the George, hold George in, and then slowly slide back out. Roll in. So warming up those hamstrings. One more here. So this time, go ahead and bring George back in. Arms to your sides. Take an inhale. As you exhale, slowly lift the hips up. So we're just going to push out. So we're going to work that eccentric today. So I want you to slowly think about hamstrings are controlling the straightening of the legs. Once they get straight, drop your hips down, pull back in. That's the challenging part, right? All right. We're going to work on that Thursday. So roll out. And once the legs get straight, drop your hips, pull back in. Lift, roll out, drop the hips, pull back in. Lift, roll out. So think about the hamstrings. Notice what they're doing. Concentrate on keeping that low back still. Last one here. And release. Knees into chest. Hands go behind the knees. Heels toward the ceiling. Walk it out a little bit. Oh. And then from here, go ahead and bring yourself up to sitting. Then turn directions for my neck. All right. Tall spine, sit up straight. You can do fingertips behind the knees lightly, or you can do the arms reaching forward. Evidently, my neck says fingertips behind the knees. All right, so take an inhale as you exhale, draw up and in. Feel the pubic bone pull up. You're starting to round your low back. The rib cage stays perpendicular. Your eye line just drops. Inhale, stay back. Exhale, slowly round yourself forward. And then inhale, stack your spine. One more time like that. Exhale, draw up and in. Roll yourself back. So really make sure that the abdominals doing the work and the hip flexors are relaxed. Exhale, round forward. So again, if you can get out of those hip flexors, you can drop the knees out to the side. And then forward. All right, adding the fun in. So inhale to fall. Exhale, engage first. Roll through. You think about engaging the glutes. Inhale, arms float to the ceiling. Exhale, slowly. Keep the arms up. You're going to round yourself forward. And then hands down as you bring yourself back to sit. Exhale, pull the pubic bone up, roll back. Inhale, float your arms. Exhale, slowly bring it forward. Inhale, back up. Again, pull the pubic bone up, roll back. Inhale. So think about staying long through your spine, even as you roll back. Last one here. And then forward. All right, legs get to go out straight when you're done. Toning balls are the option. So legs are going to be about mat width apart. And we're going to do obliques roll back. So toning balls, palms will be up. No toning balls, arms are what's comfortable. So again, pull the cubic bone up. Now you're pressing the legs down a little bit more actively. And then I want you to pull the elbow, or you can reach a straight arm back, your choice. And then slowly back to center, and then lift up. Other side. Roll, reach, back to center, and up. Roll, reach. So the opposite arm, that forward arm should also reach forward. So you have opposition helping to turn those shoulders. It gets you more into those obliques. We got one more set. And up. All right, so we are just going to roll down. So if you need to put a pad under your back, you're welcome to. We're going to do something else to bring ourselves back up. So from here, I want you to, again, slowly take your time, roll down, keep pressing the legs down. Think about glutes are engaged. Slowly all the way down. And then go ahead and bring both knees into your chest. I got something blocking my head. Okay, there we go. So inhale, head nod. Exhale, curl and bring yourself back up. And then slide those legs out long. Arms forward, core engages. So pull up. So again, think about what's happening through the core and get the legs to press down and get you out of those hip flexors. Okay, slowly bring those knees into your chest. Head nod, ab prep, roll yourself up. Just taking it easy on that low back. All right, so exhale, slowly pull the cubic bone up, roll back, roll, knees to chest, head nod, and roll up. This time, stay in balance. All right, coming into rolling like a ball. So here we go. So it's inhale, roll back, exhale, come back up in balance. Inhale, roll back, come back up in balance. So again, try to keep that body position the same as you roll back. So you're using inhale, that expands the rib cage, that actually gets you to roll back. So think about what you're feeling. Chin stays tucked, spine stays rounded, heels are staying the same distance from your hips the whole time. Let's do 3 more. Well, hello, Allister. See, this is what they got used to. I can come up and have purr for mama anytime I want to and not be on display. Oh my goodness, Allister. Oh my goodness. All right, knees into chest. You know what time it is? My favorite time of class. Oop, now we got 2 cats up here. Side leg series. If I could get a little spot on the platform here, that is, with 2 cats. Can I have a little spot here, Allister? All right, come on, come on. All right, make sure you got room to breathe. Room to swing that leg. Yeah, all right, bottom rib lifts, top hip shifts. Feel that core connection. So again, those bottom obliques really have to be actively engaged since it's not necessarily as much against gravity. All right, we're gonna do our standard set. So slowly rotate that knee downward a little bit. From here, exhale, lift to the ceiling. Inhale, lower it in. Exhale, lift to the ceiling. Inhale, lower it in. Exhale, lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more, up and hold. All right, going into the small circle. So inhale half, exhale half, pause at the top. Inhale, exhale. And now my foot's getting the rub. Yeah, I'm sorry, Allister, I keep going. When you got done with your 5, then go the other way. Allister gets to rub the foot the other way. Allister, come back up here. All right, so from here, I want you to keep that leg out straight, and then I want you to bend the knee. Bring your heel to the hip. Keep that knee in place. and then slowly straighten it back out. Bend the knee and straighten it back out. So I had my bottom leg bent, so I'm now straightening it, giving myself a little bit more balance challenge. As if the cats weren't enough. Got one more. And now Allister, totally in the wrong spot. All right, so now you're going to lift the leg up a little bit. Let me get Allister up here. All right, now bring that knee forward and down. So diagonal bend and stretch. The leg goes out behind you a little bit. So slowly bring it forward and down. Work it on that diagonal. So the heel stays knee height or slightly above. Oh, Allister. Oh, Allister. Now you're really throwing my counting off. 2 more. Last one. Oh, all right. Let that leg go down. Coming into staggered legs. So inhale, lift the top. Exhale, zip the bottom leg to it, and then slowly down. Inhale, up. Keep the pelvis still when you lift that bottom leg. Up. Uh-oh, I didn't give it Allister enough attention. He left. So think about what you're feeling with the rib cage. Nice and relaxed through the shoulders. One more set. And then both legs lift and lower. Both legs lift and lower. Two more. And then go ahead and bend those knees. So heels are in line with your hip. The knees are going to be wherever they need. So heels are in line this way. And then clamshell up. So there's a different angle on the clamshell than normal. Clamshell up. Last one. All right, legs go long. Bottom arm reaches out, coming into lateral flexion. So pushing at the bottom elbow or the hand. Top hand can be on the side. It can be in front for balance, your choice. Exhale, lift. Inhale, slowly lower down. Exhale, core engages. Think about top rib to hip. Stay stacked, ribs to hips. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. One more. And release. Okay, other side. It might be Gypsy's turn to help. Come on up, Gypsy, your turn. Okay, other side. Bottom rib is lifted. Check in, zip and engage. Move any toys out of the way that you might hit. All right, so starting with that top leg lifted, the reach long, and then knee rotates down. So from here, exhale, slowly lift that leg out and up, keeping the pelvis still. Out and up. One more. Hold it at the top, and then we have small circles. Inhale half, exhale for half, pause at the top. I think we did 5 on each side, the other side, so. But I'm sure I got cat distracted, so somewhere around there is close enough. And then hamstring curls. So bend the knee, keep that knee in place, and then slowly straighten the leg back out. Bend the knee and straighten. What are you doing, Gypsy? You lay inside my shirt? No, I didn't think so. You just wanted to cause trouble. One more. All right, and then working with that medial rotation, bend and stretch. You're slowly bringing down, you're tapping the cat, and then you're pushing that leg back up on that diagonal. Bring it down, and then diagonal. Again, keeping that heel higher than the knee the whole time, working that internal rotation. One more. All right, then both legs go out straight, coming into staggered legs. So inhale, the top leg lifts, exhale, zip the bottom leg to it, and release down. What is it with the Gypsy? So inhale, and then a long exhale. Think about that bottom rib. Think about hips are stacked, shoulders stacked. Two more, pelvis stays still. And then both legs together. Two more. Oh, clamshell. That's what I was missing. So heels in line with your hips. I may not have done both legs together on the other side. All right, that's okay. Rotate that top knee to the ceiling, keeping the pelvis still, release down. Gypsy now is right where she likes to be, front and center, center of attention. One more. And now we get to do lateral flexion. Ugh. Give yourself space. So bottom arm reaches out. Again, push with the elbow or the hand, rib to hip. Everything comes up and then slow on your release down. So use that top hand for balance, or you can use it for challenge as long as you can stay stacked. Let's do two more. And then release. Onto your back. Let's do a little hip stretching. Gypsy petting. There we go. Figure four to start. Get a gentle press out. If you'd like to reach around the hamstring and pull everything in, you're welcome to. Again, what works for you here. If that doesn't get you anything, you can also cross those legs over farther, pull everything in, and then if your right leg's on top, you're rolling opposite to the left. Other side. Oh. Okay. Yeah, right and left are definitely different. Okay. We got it. Okay. Whew. All right. Again, if you'd like to, feel free to cross over. You can add that rotation. The left is on top. You're rotating to the right. All right, and then back onto your abs, please. We got some more back extension work to do. So we're going to start off with swimming, and we're going to keep it low level today so you can really focus on, are you feeling move from the shoulder blade and the glute, or are you using something else? You ready, Gypsy? Okay, so no toys required. Arms are going to be out in front. You're going to have to trust that mine are there because there's a cat in the way. Maybe if I had fewer toys. Ugh. All right. Nose is hovering. Legs are long and parallel. So shoulder blades are back and in. Think about that core. Belly button drawn up. From here, exhale. Right arm, left leg. Inhale, release. Other side, opposites. So right arm left. So again, as you're lifting, think about where do I feel the movement from? Do I feel the glutes engage for the leg? Can I feel the shoulder blades slide down my rib cage a little bit? Gypsy, you're right in the way. But I can make it. There we go. And again, where do you need your arms to be so that that neck can stay relaxed as you're doing the lift? Feel free to drop the head down if you need to. And think about stability through the core. So hip pointer should be staying relatively still, rib cage is staying still. You're moving the limbs. All right, now we're gonna do a little switch up. So you're gonna do right arm and right leg, and then release, and then left. So you're gonna get a little bit of a rock side to side with that one. This one, again, work on minimizing that. It's a different neural pattern. It's one we don't normally do. So just be mindful, right, right, left, left. I have the whole platform to myself. It's kind of exciting. And again, make sure the low back is good. Think about the glute. Think about the stability through the core. You're drawing up. The ribs are still pulling down as if you were on your back. And then go ahead and release yourself down. Pause for a moment. And then bring your hands back to goalpost. Feet will go mat width apart, knees and toes turn out. And again, I want you to think about the glutes firing and core engaging. So that's going to keep those legs a little bit more stable. You have a very gentle point on those feet. So from here, slowly inhale, push the breastbone forward, pull the arms back. So just like breaststroke prep 1. So just stay here for a moment. And I really want you to feel the pubic bone down, the belly button up. So just work with that and see if you can get it to where that low back is even more at ease. And then slowly lengthen out and bring yourself back down. So we'll do that same thing one more time. So shoulder blades back and in, core engage, and slowly push the breastbone forward, pull back, neck is relaxed. Notice pubic bone down, belly button up. Legs are actively pressing down, glutes are engaged. Feet should be pressing down right now too. And then slowly release down. So you can choose to stay at that level. We're going to lift up onto that pubic bone this time if it's appropriate for your low back. And in discomfort, you bring it back down. All right, so inhale, back up to that first level. Check in before you do anything else. And then exhale, core stable. Use your arms to lift up. You're still pulling back with those arms, pushing the breastbone forward. Think about the low back now. Notice, stay here at the top for a minute. Pubic bone down, long through the low back. Good, adjust as you need and then slowly release yourself all the way down. Let's just do one more time the level that's appropriate for you. And so when you're ready, inhale, back up to that first level. So elbows are still on the ground. Pubic bone, abs. If you're okay there, use the arms to lift up onto that pubic bone. Pull back with the shoulder blades. Shoulders away from the ears. And again, notice what you feel. Get those glutes to fire and then slowly release yourself down and child's pose. Shell stretch. Actively engage the abdominals around the low back where it's most comfortable for you. Feel free to wag your tail a little bit, rock your hips side to side. And then please come around to sitting. Again, grab George, because we love George. It's kind of empty out here without a cat helping me out. All right. So hands on George, George on breastbone. Sit up nice and tall. Think about lifting the ribs away from the hips. So again, you're creating this internal traction and lengthening up. So lift the pelvic floor. Start from there. Shoulders are relaxed, neck is relaxed. As you exhale, you're going to rotate toward your right. Inhale back to center. That's all. Just one nice, easy exhale, rotate. So think about what you're feeling at the waist. So you're getting the space between the ribs and the hips to turn. It does turn, the rib cage a little bit too, but focus on obliques engage. The rib cage rotates, and then within the rib cage rotates. So pelvis is staying still. You're starting from the base of your spine, going up, And again, that head can follow just a little bit right at that end range. So you're really feeling length in your spine. Take your time. And hopefully you're noticing as you repeat this and you're really mindful, that you start to increase that range of motion. So it gets a little bit longer each time. A little bit easier maybe to go in. Started with the right, finish with the left, back to center. And then George goes underneath that right hand off to your side. All right, so tall spine again. Think about pelvic floor lifts, engaged. Starting from the head, so from the top now, you're slowly going to lean sideways. So you're pushing your hand down into George. You can walk George out a little bit. Make sure this left hip stays into the ground. Everything stays in the same plane. Inhale, pull back up. Exhale, ear to shoulder, shoulder to rib, rib to hip. So I want you to think about what you're using to control this now. So it's the left oblique step. Use the left obliques to now pull you back up. So this side is controlling that release down. So feel the distance increasing from the rib to the hip. Pull back up. We got one more here. And then pull back up. Switch sides. All right, so the first two are just kind of getting the motion, then we'll get more specific with the muscles. So rolling out and then pulling up. So head can rotate whichever way direction feels most comfortable for you. And again, if you're not feeling comfortable looking straight forward on this side, I can feel it in my neck more, so it's better to roll down. All right, now focusing on the right obliques are really doing the control work here. And then they're engaging to pull you back up. So think about control from this side. So this is your eccentric, you're lengthening under tension and then pulling back up. So we're getting in and we're stretching out that QL as well, part of your low back system. All right, last one here. And up. All right, from here, let's go ahead and come around onto your back again. George goes between your knees. And you're squeezing in on George. All right, so from here, I want you to think straight spine. So go ahead and neutralize, engage, stay in that neutral. And then you're slowly going to use the glutes, just lift the hips maybe an inch or two off the mat. It's kind of like they're hovering now, and then slowly release back down. So keeping it small today, just an inch or two. I want you to feel the glutes just to work. When you get those glutes to engage, because we are going to hip extension, you're going to feel a little bit of hamstrings as well, and that's fine. We just want to make sure the glutes are engaged. Otherwise, hamstrings do all the work, then the hip flexors start to kick in. We don't want that. Getting those glutes to fire helps disengage those hip flexors. All right, up and hold this time. All right, squeezing in on George. I slowly want you to lift the right heel. Pick up the ball of the foot, straighten the leg. And again, if this bothers your low back, just drop those hips down and then slowly release down, roll through the foot, toe, ball, heel. All right, left foot, lift the heel, lift the ball of the foot, the toe, leg goes out straight, bring it back, roll down, toe, ball, heel. So you're trying to keep that squeezing on George. The knee will lift just a little bit when you go back to that right leg. Again, this is about the glutes. So hands can go underneath the glutes to make sure you're feeling it. Making sure that they're engaged. Left leg. Last one here. And then slowly release down. All right, just a few hip rolls to release the low back. So when you're ready, exhale, slowly articulate. Inhale at the top, and then exhale. Think about pulling the ribs away from the hips. Lengthen out as you slowly lay yourself down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Exhale, slowly articulate. And then slowly release down, vertebrae by vertebrae. One more time. Notice how the spine is moving. And then release. George comes out off to the side. Roll over onto your side and prop up onto elbow. Elbows under the shoulder or even in a little bit. So hips are stacked right now. The legs can be wherever's comfortable. All right, so from here, I want you to pull that elbow in a little bit more. You're gonna feel that rib cage lift. So your lat is now engaging as well. Core is staying engaged. Of course, release. So hips stay down again, just for the first few. Get that sensation of you're pulling that elbow in and you're getting the articulation, curve in the spine from that motion right there. Okay, this is your prep work. So you can choose to stay here, or on the next one, you can exhale. Get that position first and then lift up. Elbow should be directly underneath that shoulder and then slowly release down. Pull the elbow in, get the spine engaged, and then lift. And then slowly release down. We got one more like this. Pull in, lift, and then hips. And then release. All right, we got one more. We're going to stay lifted. We're going to add some fun arms. So this arm, the top arm goes up. Pull, hips, hips stay still. Exhale, you're rounding the rib cage forward. Inhale, you're opening back up. Two more. Exhale, round the rib cage forward. Just a simple twist from this position. Keep pulling that bottom elbow in. Last one. And then release down and shake it out. Other side. Bam. Okay. Again, elbows underneath that shoulder, or even in a little bit. Hips stay down for the first three. Everything's kind of in threes. So as you exhale, pull the elbow in. Feel that lat engage. Feel the rib cage lift. Someone's got a string, they're pulling it up. Inhale, release. And again, do it from the muscles on the bottom side, doing the work to get that lift. And release. One more. So you notice the pelvis does rock a little bit, and that is perfectly fine. Try to keep those shoulders stacked. All right, now we're getting set, and then we're lifting the hips. So slowly set, pull the elbow in, core is already engaged. Lift the hips, slowly down, and down. So pull in, engage, lift. Slowly down, slowly down. You should feel like you have strength through that shoulder girdle as well. Last one here. Down. All right, so now the arm goes up, top arm goes up, and in that rotation. So up, up, and then 3 times. Exhale, hips stay still, rotate forward, and up. Exhale, rotate forward, and up. Last time, exhale, rotate forward, and up, release, and release. All right, onto your back, knees to chest, rock around. And we're going to do a few regular hip rolls to finish up, see how you're feeling. More noticing the difference in anything right now. So when you're ready, exhale, slowly articulate. Inhale, exhale, release. I know we just did a few of these, but notice how this feels. Does it differ from what we from the previous time versus the very beginning of class as well? Let's just do one more. And then you are done for today. Woohoo! Oh, thank you for being here for the first class in 2021. Where are the buttons to stop everything?